Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. What's going on? I hope everybody is enjoying their day. They're having a good day and everything else like that. But let's get into it. Let's talk about the situation with Welcome to Sweetie Pies and Tim and Terica Ellis. Like, Lord have mercy, this plot just keeps thickening and thickening, and it just like, damn, what's going on? Miss Robbie asked for people to pray for her family, and Tim, baby. Miss Robbie Montgomery, we love you with all our heart, but we are going to pray for you and your family and Andre Montgomery's mother too as well, and his side of the family too as well. But Tim, oh no, he don't get no love over here, baby, all day every day. So let's talk about the situation, which is just downright sad. It's despicable. It's a horrible situation, for real. And it just saddens to even think about this or even talk about the situation, because it's just so sad. Because Miss Robbie Montgomery is a good lady. She's a good woman. She helped people. She protect people. She provided jobs for people too as well. She did a whole lot out here, and she tried to protect her grandkids. She tried to protect him too as well. She tried to protect people that was released from prison and give them employment and help too as well. Like, you can go to Miss Robbie and get a job. You can go to Miss Robbie and ask for help, and she was gonna help you. But then we find out, and we already knew, but on Welcome to Sweetie Pies, Miss Robbie's house was broken into, which is really a sad situation too as well. And I come to find out with that situation, it's just Tim allegedly thought that his nephew Andre Montgomery is the one that broke into Miss Robbie's house and actually took $200,000 and did destruction and just destroyed the property, like for real, which is just so crazy. And it's just so sad too as well. So Miss Robbie's here. She comes home from vacation. She comes home from work, and then her house is destroyed. Her house is broken into. And allegedly, TimNorman believed that it was Andre Montgomery that did this, allegedly, because that's what he told Miss Ellis that situation. He told her that, and the reason why he wanted to run up on Andre Montgomery, which is lies. Tim is broke. Tim didn't have no money. All them restaurants done closed down. He wasn't paying rent. He wasn't paying his electric bill, his light bill. He wasn't paying for nothing, and so therefore he needed some money. He needed a way out. And some people believe that this was not Andre Montgomery, that this was Tim, TimNorman, whatever the case may be. But in a hearing for Terica Ellis, the detective Donald, he also made a statement, and he testified that back in this time when Miss Montgomery house was broken into, Andre Montgomery was a suspect in the situation. And everyone felt like someone knew who did this to Miss Robbie Montgomery, who broke into a house. She felt like somebody knew me. They knew I was gone. They knew I wasn't here. So allegedly, the detective Donald, he testified, on the Terica Ellis bail hearing, that yes, Andre Montgomery was being investigated for breaking into Miss Robbie's home, allegedly, and took $200,000. And that's what Terica Ellis said. That's the only thing that she knew about Tim, was that situation, that he was upset with Andre Montgomery because he believed that he had something to do with the break-in. So you guys let me know what you think about that situation. I was like, Lord have mercy, what's really going on? Like, that is just like real crazy. So that's what the detective, that's what he testified, about when he talked to Terica Ellis. And plus, she was trying to get bail, but she didn't get no bail. No way, no how. Terica Ellis, she's 36. She's 36 years old, a mother of two, out here in these streets wilding. She has a criminal record. She's been out here. She's not new to this. She's true to these types of things that go on in the streets, especially when you don't have a foundation. So yes, she's been charged before, and other crimes, is petty crimes, as far as misdemeanors too as well. We'll get into that. But yes, she was at court, and she was all crying because she thought she was gonna get out. She thought the judge was gonna let her go. No, you stand behind bars. You are complicit. You are mother. You have children. How could you be involved in this type of situation? How can you set somebody up, allegedly? So that's the situation with that. So I was just like, Lord have mercy. Terica Ellis, she's 36. She's a mother of two. And basically she's brought down with conspiracy charges too as well for being involved with the departure of Andre Montgomery, and she was arrested back in August in South Haven, Mississippi too as well. Tim was residing in Mississippi too as well. I wonder was they hooking up? But allegedly, Terica Ellis and Tim had a relationship, they had a friendship, and they had an intimate relationship too as well. But on her bail hearing, because Terica Ellis, she tried to get out of jail, she tried to get a jail out of free card, but prosecutors basically said that she is a flight risk, and we got too much evidence against her. There's no way she should be let out on bail, point blank, period. And the judge, her name is Charmaine, she told Terica Ellis, you're going to stay in custody, you're going to stay with the U.S. Marshals until you are transferred to St. Louis County. So she's going to be held for trial, so she's not going to get out before the trial, so she's going to have to wait till the trial actually comes up and whether she's found guilty or innocent. So she's going to be stand behind bars and a detention facility where she belongs. And she had the nerve to weep, and she had the nerve to cry. You wasn't crying when you got that $9,000. You wasn't crying then. You wasn't crying when you was all up in Tim's face and want to do this with Tim. Like, come on, like, you supposed to be street knowledge. You should have known Tim wasn't smart enough. Like, what's going on with that situation? But it is what it is. And poor Andrum, Terica Ellis and Andre Montgomery, I'm pretty sure that they knew each other, or they ran around in the same circles, or whatever the case may be. Maybe she used her, feminine power that she used as a dancer to get them change, to get them quarters, to get them dollars, baby. That, she end up luring and having Andre Montgomery leave his location to her. So basically he texts her back and forth his location, and she texts her location, and basically Tarika Ellis was like, she was like, I got a pair of pants for you. I don't know if Andre Montgomery was selling pants, but she said she brought a pair of pants for Andre Montgomery. So she found out his location. She pulled up to his location, which was Natural Bridge Road in St. Louis. So she pulled up to his location, and he was supposed to get a pair of pants that she had purchased for him. And so when he comes outside, he talks to her in the car, and he has a conversation. And as he getting out the car and leaving, that is when he departed from this earth. And that's where the federal government basically said they had the wiretap that not the wiretap, but they had not surveillance, but they used data from the cell phone towers. So they used data to basically trace the call. They used cell phone data, and basically they have her leaving the scene right after, or right in the mix, when Andre Montgomery departed from this earth. And they're not sure if the accomplice was in a vehicle with her, but some people are reporting, news outlets, that the accomplice was in the car with her. They did not name the accomplice in this situation yet so far. But, TimNorman knew the location because Terica Ellis, texted him the location, and she was going to get paid that money because she ended up finding out where Andre Montgomery was. So she was hitting him up. She was a little popular. She was dancing out in the streets. She was with the dudes that are rapping, dudes that are making music, dudes that are, independent underground rappers back then at that time. And, Andre Montgomery, he was dabbling in a lot of different things to become successful. And so with this situation, when he went outside after, Terica Ellis said, I brought you a pair of pants, he went to the car, and then boom, he was departed from this earth. And so right now, that they have not named the accomplice, the person that actually touched the steel, the person that actually pulled, the trigger. They have not mentioned that person, but so far, Terica Ellis, she is going to stay behind bars. And basically, the judge kind of scolded her too as well, basically saying that you could have helped out 4 years ago. You could have helped out before. You kept this information to yourself. You are just as complicit as, TimNorman. Point blank, period. I was like, this is so shady and low down how they set this young man up. I mean, it's a damn shame. It's outright like, it's just so crazy, man. Like, this is just Because you've seen these people, and you know Miss Robbie Montgomery is a good woman. She's a good person, and she helped out people in her community, and she built herself up with all the tragic things that has happened to her in her lifetime. She kept fighting. She didn't give up. She didn't get depressed. She didn't try to take from nobody. She didn't try to do anything to nobody. The only thing she tried to do was make her life better, and try to make her kids' life better too as well. And whoever came in contact that needed help, she was there for them. And it's just just really, really sad. For real. And I couldn't believe, Terica Ellis, got the nerve to cry in court because she ain't getting out on bail. You took, you helped. I mean, very complicit. You was there before the fact, after the fact, during the fact, baby, you was there. And then you left the scene and went back to Memphis. What's up with that? You know what I mean? Like, come on. And then you text him, that you're going to be heading out to Memphis, and then you meet up with Tim and get your $9,000. You commit a crime for $9,000, $10,000, and you didn't even get it. You work in a club. You're an exotic dancer. You should know $10,000 ain't shit. Like, for real, $10,000 go fast. You can't really do that much with $10,000 with 2 kids. You can survive. You can try to invest it, but you already know that's not a lot of money. And to be involved in that case and not think about your kids, why should anybody think about you or have any empathy for you too as well? You know right from wrong. We all do sometimes. You ain't insane. So, shit pissed me off. So it is what it is. So anyways, she is still behind bars. She's gonna stay behind bars. She's very complicit, but she did open up to the Detective Donald and told Detective Donald that only thing that she heard from Tim was that he was upset with Andre Montgomery because allegedly TimNorman believed that Andre Montgomery is the one that burglarized Miss Robbie Montgomery's property, and so he was gonna do some get back allegedly, but we know that can't be the ultimate motive at all, because he was broke. He needed some money. He needed some checks. He needed some dollars. He needed it because everything he touched burned and turned to dust, ashes to ashes, just like Terica Ellis is going to turn to dust and ashes to ashes. And also, what's the homeboy name that was, a part of Nellyville? Yagnum. He's a former producer. He worked with Nelly on Nellyville, and he's been charged with wire fraud and everything else like that too as well. But when it comes to wire fraud and basically lying on documents, lying about Andre Montgomery's income and also TimNorman's income too as well, and also lying to officers too as well. So it's one of them situations. I was like, Lord have mercy. Like, when it rains, sometimes it pours. Like, it's just an awful situation. It really is just awful. It really is just awful. So what's going on, Peep Squad? Welcome. Hey, Sanders. What's going on, social media? What's going on, Dimples47? What's going on, Liz? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Ralph? How you doing? What's going on, SLW? Grown folks relationship. Why is he smiling? Because he is no good. Deuce. Hey, Deuces, Mama, what's going on? How you doing? I know, it's just like a terrible situation. And yes, when it comes to Terica Ellis, prosecutors has noted her background includes misdemeanor convictions from 2006 and 2007 for misdemeanors of drug offense and other indecent exposure, which she was charged with. She was working as a dancer, but the club did not have his license to go full body. It was only supposed to be topless. So right now the judge is like, you need to stay behind bars. You are too complicit. The prosecution is like, you don't need to be out. Like, you gonna bounce, you gonna run. So basically they're not trying to let her out point blank period at all whatsoever, because they got too much strong evidence against her too as well. So she was denied bail because they feel like she is a flight risk too as well. I was like, Lord have mercy. Like, shit. Like, I really feel bad for Miss Robbie. Like, damn, she got to deal with this situation and people calling her and asking her what are her thoughts on the situation. She said, go pray for me and pray for Tim. We'll pray for you, baby. We'll pray for you all day, Miss Robbie. We'll pray for you. But Tim, He won't get none of my prayers. I tell you that right now. He won't get a. I'm telling you, Miss Robbie is a full-fledged Christian. She's a Christian woman, because I would have told. I would have said a whole lot more than that. Oh, Lord have mercy. You couldn't quote me. But if anybody has anything to say about this case and what your feelings or what you think about it, please call in and tell me what you feel and what you think. I know, he's just smiling. It's just sad. Hey, Miss T, what's going on? Hey, Sugar Cane, what's good? Like, yeah, facts. These boys, It's so crazy. It is so crazy. And it's a damn shame. Yeah, he's fine. I don't know why he's smiling. It tells you what type of psychopath that he is. Even Jen done told us. You know, Jen done told us how scared she was and how she felt about this situation with him. She was just like, Really just one of them situations where it's just astonishing. It's just awful, because it's a good family. It's a good person. It's a good mother. It's a good woman. It's a good person. And she helped other people too as well, which make it even more sad that she was trying to help her grandson. She was trying to help her son. She was trying to help a lot of people that ended up in positions like, TimNorman. And this is the thanks that she gets for the stuff that she tried to do to help her son. This is how he repays her. And It's just downright dirty. Dirty all day.
Another ex of yours who I met, Tim.
That was on the OWN network.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
Listen, I was just gonna say that. If Oprah couldn't discern it, y'all cannot get mad at me. Y'all can.
Okay, so I met Tim. And once again, saw none of this. Were you surprised when the headlines came out about Tim and what he allegedly did?
Honestly, I wasn't surprised, because I knew that he was crazy as hell. I think I was a little like, damn, your own family? But when I went to go get that restraining order against him, the dude was crazy. And everybody was like, oh, she's being extra. She needs a storyline, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not something that you want to actually have a storyline about. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I was just like, whatever. But I had seen and experienced his rage, his temper, which is one of the reasons why I left him. So when he was like stalking me and moved across the street from me, and I hadn't seen this man in months, I was petrified. I was really scared. I knew like he was in possession of guns when he's a convicted felon. You're not even supposed to have that. So I was nervous, and I knew how crazy he was. We had an incident at Pink Taco where he went absolutely apeshit crazy, flipped over tables because this guy was looking at me. And he sent me like all these articles from Google saying my body language, the way my legs was crossed. And I gave him, like, I was suggesting this guy, I don't know, it was like crazy shit. And I was like, oh no, this guy is nuts. Like, literally, I had to call Mary. I was so scared. He was like, and it's your fault, and you crossed your legs, and you were giving him signs, and you were looking at him. I was like, I was looking at the TV that was like in that direction. You know what I mean? But he literally flipped over the table. I mean, it was crazy. I was so embarrassed. So when the news came out, I mean, yeah, your own family, that's a little crazy, but I knew he wasn't all there. So I was like, well, here it is. I'm vindicated once again, because everybody thought I was being extra, and everybody was like, oh, not Sweetie Pies. Oh, he's on the OWN network. That don't mean shit.
I mean,
But, it was me, and I was being extra. And again, they were thinking like I was using this for a storyline, and it wasn't. This took 7 months of my life going to court with him, back and forth, okay? Living in fear. It cost me $15,000, Like, if I want to blow $15,000, it's not going to be on a goddamn attorney and going back and forth to court with this crazy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was so stressful. And so for people to say like I was using that shit as a storyline, it's like that's just stupid to me. Like I don't do that.
No, and you're not.
Trust me, I've been on TV for almost 10 years. If I want to think of a storyline, it won't be that. Like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
Ex-felon.
Oh my God. No, so listen, so I'm dating and I'm just like, I had to take a break from dating just because, my move and everything that I went through. And I just wanted to take some time to myself.
Now you heard it from the horse's mouth. You heard it from Jennifer's mouth. But we do have a phone call. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, sure, California.
Hey, how are you doing? What's your thoughts?
First of all, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. I guess, I'm watching your video. I watch you a lot. Never say anything, but I watch your stuff, your channel a lot. Good content, by the way.
Thank you.
My thing is, okay, I never watched that show, but I heard about the show. And forgive me if I mix up some names, but my thing is, I'm confused about this, okay? The owner was the little lady, right, Miss Robbie?
Yes.
Okay. My thing is, everyone's saying, and I got it in like bits and pieces of what happened or what's unfolding with that family, which is unfortunate. Wasn't her son, her name, that did the part of the killing, his name was Tim, right?
Yes, he was. Yes.
Okay. Wasn't he in prison at one point in his life?
Yes. When he was about 17 years old, he did a 10-year bid.
Okay, my question is, I don't hear anyone talk about this, but if it has been, talked about, what happened? I'm thinking like in his youth, where he got in a situation, because I'm looking at it from a person that never watched the show. She looks like a great mother, but I'm like, what happened with him that he ended up in prison at a young age? And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Most likely because he was too grown and he wanted money. It's like he wants money. And he was actually arrested for robbery, I believe. So therefore another crime involving money. And what happened in his life could possibly be, his environment or who he chose to hang around with, or he didn't want to do the hard work to get where he needed to get to be successful. Because even with this plot to take his nephew from this earth, he, put out insurance policies totaling of $450,000, and he couldn't collect on any of them because he didn't do the paperwork that he was supposed to do too as well. So it seems like he likes to take shortcuts.
All right. Well, okay, that explains something. The second question I have, and I'm throwing it out there like this. Is it possible that maybe she wasn't there enough for him before he started getting in this trouble when he was a kid? Or maybe the father not in the life? I'm just trying to because I'm looking at this dude, and he's in jail, I guess, to custody, and he's smiling and all that stuff. Something snapped, something happened in his life. This is just weird. Something happened, and because this is not normal behavior. I'm just like, dang, did he not have a father in his life?
Well, I believe his father was actually, I believe, departed from this earth too, as well, from violence. And his mother held the family down and was singing, opened up the restaurant. She did everything possible to be as much as she can for him too as well. But also, he had so many different chances to change, and he didn't. He got out. And whatever could have possibly transpired, and while he was doing his 10-year bid, you know, it could possibly be why he's the way that he is too as well, because he was fresh meat when he did go into the prison facility.
You know, it's crazy. The whole situation is crazy, but I'm gonna say this, and this is not at all blaming the lady at all. You know, I know things happen, but it makes you think, because I'm a parent now, and
okay, one second. Dimples47 said that his grandmother raised him because his mother was on the road. Maybe he just needed his mother. And I believe Dimple47 is kind of familiar with this situation too as well. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I hate to bring up things like that. How do you just not know that your kid is that messed up in the head? I mean, that can happen to anybody, I guess, but it is really kind of crazy and scary to see this dude smiling in the buckshot, and you got a mother that's so sweet and seem loving, and it just...
Their mom or their grandma, or, you know, they just take everything that they receive for granted. I don't know. The reason I say this is because I have a brother. I have 3 brothers, and one was particularly spoiled, and he seemed to be the one that always seemed to disrespect my mother more than the rest, because he wasn't made to earn anything he received. You know, he was spoiled and got everything he wanted, so he didn't understand the value of earning something. So it seems like those type of men always end up on the bad side of you know.
I get what you're saying. What is, I don't even want to quote this because I know I'm going to probably quote it wrong, but spared a rod, spoiled child, or something like that. I can't even quote.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I said it right though.
That's exactly what it is. It just seems like the mom is more, or the grandma's more likely to do harder on the women and make them earn their keep, and then the men kind of get a little spoiled, and they become expecting of what they should receive from a woman, or whatever. He just seems a bit like he was spoiled by the grandma, and then the mom, Miss Robbie, it seems like she tried to make up for the time she missed with him by just giving him stuff, and it didn't help him.
Oh, I totally understand where you're coming from. And, you know, with all that, because there's some kids that are spoiled that do good. It just depends on the soul, baby. It depends on the brain of the mind of the person that is, you know, even though he got locked up, even though that he was spoiled, you know, to do this is ultimately like, damn. Like, some people don't even have somebody to spoil them. Some people don't even know who their parents are. Some people are so mistreated by their parents, and they come on to do, they grow up to be magnificent and wonderful people. I think it all depends on the person and what they have deep inside their heart.
You're absolutely right. Tim went to jail too young. He didn't get to really understand a lot of things. So he came out just basically, I feel like he just didn't learn a lot in life.
Nope, not at all. But thank you so much. I appreciate your phone call, and you have a blessed day, and thank you.
You too, MJ.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye, Miss Nina Bug. That's my girl, baby. What's going on? Anybody else want to call in to state anything that you would like to say? Some individuals are just pure evil. Outlaw, I feel you on that. Yeah, it's one of these situations where, like, it's just really a awful, downright terrible situation. And for Tim to even do that to his mother, to his nephew, to his family, to the reputation that they were trying to build, and ultimately he was a part of trying to build on their own network, end up doing something like this? And then the young lady involved, Terica Ellis? Like, y'all know better. Y'all know y'all were wrong. that y'all was wrong. You can't plead insanity. Y'all were wrong unless, there's a diagnosis out there that we don't know about Tim. So basically, one of the motives that they're saying Tim had is because Andre Montgomery allegedly broke into, his grandmother's house, which is Tim's mother, Mrs. Robbie Montgomery, allegedly. But that's what he told Terica Ellis. But at the same time, he ain't good with money and he don't know how to hold on to money. Facts. And oh yes, and we need some black fathers in the life and some black role models for these men to teach them how to be men and how hard it is to be a man. And you need that. They need that nurture. They need to be taught how tough it's gonna be, how hard it's gonna be. But you a man, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, blase and the third, and lead by example. And that's why it's very important to have role models in your children's life and have family members or people that are involved in your children's life, especially if you lack that of a male present. But there are plenty of males that have grown up to be successful, wonderful human beings without having a father in their life. And there has been, successful children grow up without having a mother in their life too as well. It all depends on the person of what you choose to do. When you choose to hurt people, that's one thing. And, sometimes you can talk about people being impoverished, the system, how it was created, how the system ultimately brung, things into our community to help destroy our community too as well. That's one thing. But he was able to he had a second chance. And he had a grandmother that was raising him while his mother was out working. It wasn't like his mother was out here running the streets. She was chasing out this one and that one. She was doing all that other stuff and too busy partying, too busy doing that. No, she was working. Some people don't even have mothers that do work. They find their mother around the corner, and grandma might be on the other corner, but he had a chance. And then on top of that, he had a chance when he got out where he had a place to go, people that loved him, people that supported him too as well. And if he felt the urge, he felt, his psychological, makeup was all messed up because of what he went through. He's old enough to get help. You got to seek out help. Can't nobody force you to have help. To go get help and go get treatment, especially if you're a father. You want to be a better father too as well. You want to be a better father than your father was to you. And it seems like Tim didn't follow any of them rules or regulations or tried to be better, because look how he did the baby mother Janae. You know what I mean? Where she had to keep her kid away from him. And every woman that's been with him or around him, most of them don't have nothing good to say about him. Now that speaks volumes when no one has nothing good to really say about you, and even your own family. Now that's crazy. So please, if anybody wants to call in, please let me know, because if not, we gonna say sayonara and call it a good day. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Collins. Thank you, Incognito News. Thank you, Happy Days. Thank you, D Lady. Thank you, Sharon Young. It's good to see you. Dimple 47, Cameron 151. Take accountability for your actions. Facts. Joanne Kelly, I heard. Yeah. Pink Lady, thank you guys so much for coming through. If you guys want to call in, the phone lines are still open. We're about to close the phone line, so if you want to call in and tell me how you feel, get some shit off your chest, because this story has made a lot of people get stuff off their chest, because it's just shocking and it's just so dirty. Like, oh, and then you seen Andre Montgomery try. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Please smash that like button, baby. Thank you, Sanders. Thank you, all the moderators, for coming through. Thank everybody for stopping in. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all for coming through. We're going to sign off. And we're going to keep Miss Robbie in our prayers, that she gets through this. And also Andre Montgomery's family and his mother too as well. Keep them in our prayers, because baby, when you think somebody else done something to you that's outstanding and outrageous, and you can't forgive them for it, but knowing that the person in your family is involved, Terica Ellis, you stay in there. You ain't gonna never see the light of day. Hopefully you and Tim never see the light of day. Never get the chance to see the light of day. You don't